What is the role of photosynthesis in plants? The role of photosynthesis in the plants is that it is the process of plants which some of the bacteria along with the protistons use the energy from the sunlight in order to produce the glucose from carbon dioxide and water. The glucose from carbon dioxide will be converted into a pyruvate which then releases adenosine triphosphate or ATP by the so-called cellular respiration. Plants are also autotrophs, which means they produce their own food. They use the process of photosynthesis to transform water, sunlight, and carbon dioxide into oxygen that we people need for breathing and simple sugars that the plant uses as their fuel. This primary form the base of an ecosystem and fuel the next trophic levels. Photosynthesis plays a big role in plants because without photosynthesis, there would be no way plants could produce food for their own and there would be soon be little food or other organic matter on Earth. Most organisms would disappear and Earth's atmosphere would eventually become nearly devoid of gaseous oxygen. Photosynthesis is also important for the living organism because it is the number one source of oxygen in the atmosphere. Without photosynthesis, the carbon cycle could not occur oxygen. Requiring life would not also survive and all plants would surely die. Importance of chlorophyll. The importance of chlorophyll is essential for photosynthesis. It serves two primary functions in the photosystems. Second, the major function of chlorophyll is to absorb light and transfer the light energy into chemical energy. Third, there is more than one type of chlorophyll. Each has a unique chemical structure and providing soluble silicones to plants which result in increased concentration of chlorophyll in the leaf and resulting the enhanced metabolism and increased use of available light energy. Chlorophyll also is responsible for transferring light energy from the antenna to the photosynthesis stems. The role of chlorophyll in the process of photosynthesis is absolutely necessary because chlorophyll resides the chloroplast of the plants. It is the green pigment that is necessary in order for the plants to convert carbon dioxide and water using sunlight into oxygen and glucose. Discuss the difference between chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. The difference between chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Chlorophyll A. In chlorophyll A, it reflects the blue-green color which then brings out the green color in most of the plants, which we talk about chlorophyll A. It is the green pigment of the leaf, which its role is to absorb the light from the sunlight and thus provides the energy that is needed for the process of photosynthesis. Chlorophyll A is present in algae, cyanobacteria, and all of the plants. Chlorophyll A is also considered as one of the most important pigments for all of the plants because it has the ingredients that is required for the photosynthesis. Chlorophyll A helps the electron be transported in the chain during photosynthesis. Responsible in transferring the light energy from the antenna to photosynthesis cycle is also chlorophyll A. Chlorine ring reduced porphyrin ring belongs to the chlorophyll A. Overall, what chlorophyll A do is to absorb the light from the orange, red, and violet blue colors of the spectrum and to transfer the energy into the reaction center. After that, it transports two electrons to the transport chain. Chlorophyll is the most important electron transport donor. Chlorophyll A has range of absorption which is 430 mm to 660 mm. The color of the absorption is orange-red and blue-violet light. Reflecting color reflects a blue-green color. The absorbing wavelength absorbs 430 nm and 662 nm. Structure of chlorophyll A is it contains a methane group. Molecular weight is 839.51 g or mole. The chemical formula is carbon 55, hydrogen 72, oxygen 5, nitrogen 4, and magnesium. Chlorophyll A can be found in algae and plants, and cyanobacteria. Quantity is 3/4 of total chlorophyll and lastly, solubility in polar solvents are low. Chlorophyll A is also a poor absorber of green and near green portions of the spectrum. Now let's talk about chlorophyll B. What some know is that chlorophyll B is also a green pigment which its job is to help photosynthesis to collect the light energy, and after it will be passed to the chlorophyll A. It is also present in all plants and including algae. What chlorophyll what color chlorophyll B reflects is yellow-green. It can be present in light-trapping antenna in photosynthesis in most of the land plants. Chlorophyll B has similar structure into chlorophyll A. The only difference of chlorophyll B is that it has aldehyde group in C7 position of the chlorine ring, which means it has reduced porphyrin ring. The only role of chlorophyll B is to increase the absorption of spectrum of organisms, and by this process it helps absorb more energy and basically helps an organism to convert more energy from the sun into a chemical energy. The range of absorption of chlorophyll B is 450 mm to 650 mm. Color of absorption is orange-red light. The reflecting color is it reflects a yellow-green color. Absorbing wavelength is 470 nm. Structure of chlorophyll B contains an aldehyde group. Molecular weight is 901.49 g or mol. The chemical formula is carbon 55, hydrogen 70, magnesium, nitrogen 4, and oxygen 6. This can also be found in algae and plants. Quantity is 1/4 of total chlorophyll, and the solubility in polar solvent is high compared to chlorophyll A. So that is the difference between chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Discuss the role of porphyrin ring in plants. The role of porphyrin ring in plants is that in a heme, the porphyrin ring serves an important function. The nitrogen molecules at the center of the ring are capable of hosting an iron molecule. It is the porphyrin structure holding iron which gives blood its red color. So basically, porphyrin ring is capable of hosting molecules which is iron molecule and nitrogen molecules. It also includes Mg or what we call magnesium. So unlike chlorophyll which contains molecules of magnesium, it doesn't convey much of oxygen. The work of molecule function is to get enough energy from the sunlight. Magnesium ion also tends to seize and keep electrons during the process of photosynthesis. In chlorophyll, the head of it is called porphyrin ring. The function of porphyrin ring is to absorb light energy for plants to gain food. It also features the magnesium atom in the center. Porphyrin ring are also essential for aerobic life because of their key role in processes related to oxygen production, oxygen transport, and oxygen use. In plants, porphyrin ring can also cause the red color of blood and the green color of plants. Porphyrin ring isn't just essential for plants, but it is also includes animals and even the bacteria. In this reason, many have agreed that porphyrin ring is an evolutionary conserved molecule. This means that because of its usefulness, countless lines of organisms have used and modified porphyrins to fit their needs. Porphyrin ring is a large ring molecule that is consisting of 4 phyrols, which are smaller rings made of 4 carbons and 1 nitrogen. Tetrapyrrole is the name of 4 pyrroles that is connected together. How light is absorbed by the leaves. In this, light is absorbed by the leaves in the process of simply called photosynthesis. In the leaves of a plant, it only depends on the taking up light from the sunlight by the pigments. Pigment is naturally coloring matter of an animal or plant tissue. If leaves is absorbing light, it is what we call photosynthesis, and this chlorophyll is also essential. So chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B is the most important because it plays a big role in the cycle of absorbing light. When leaves are absorbing light, it is measured by the rate of how much light is absorbed that causes wavelength. In this method, it connects well with the absorption frequencies of chlorophyll A, but it is obvious that there are some of other who also contributes the absorption of light from the leaves. It is also obvious that the red and the blue ends of the electromagnetic spectrum is the thing used by plants in photosynthesis process. How light is absorbed by the leaves. In this, light is absorbed by the leaves in the process of simply called photosynthesis. In the leaves of a plant, it only depends on the taking up light from the sunlight by the pigments. Pigment is naturally coloring matter of an animal or plant tissue. If leaves is absorbing light, it is what we call photosynthesis, and this chlorophyll is also essential. So chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B is the most important because it plays a big role in the cycle of absorbing light. When leaves are absorbing light, it is measured by the rate of how much light is absorbed that causes wavelength. In this method, it connects well with the absorption frequencies of chlorophyll A, but it is obvious that there are some of other who also contributes the absorption of light from the leaves. It is also obvious that the red and the blue ends of the electromagnetic spectrum is the thing used by plants in photosynthesis process. In the absorption of light energy to the leaves, it creates the leaves their green color, and it is done by reflection and transmission in the middle of what we call the electromagnetic spectrum. The exact conspiracy of the absorbing light to the leaves, which is the chlorophyll, it is also added with beta-carotene that connects the studied photosynthetic output. Photochemical is measured by the exact amount of oxygen that is manufactured with leaves and followed by numerous wavelengths. Thylakoid in photosynthesis. The role of thylakoid in photosynthesis is that it contains the chlorophyll used to absorb the light from the sun, and it is used for biochemical reactions. The structural unit of photosynthesis is what you call thylakoid. Like photosynthetic prokaryotes and eukaryotes have this even bag or cell that contains photosynthetic chemicals. Eukaryotes have chloroplast that has a surrounding membrane compared to prokaryotes. In other terms, thylakoid is a piled drops cone in a cell known as collectively as grana. In grana, there are areas that are referred to as stroma in between. Thylakoids are tiny compartments that can be found inside of a chloroplast. Its role is to help the absorption of sunlight in order for photosynthesis to occur. They contain all the chlorophyll that the plant has, which in return it allows for the absorption of sunlight.